Welcome to Kung Fu Africa number 2. So, this is a racist video. I apologize now because it's probably going to offend everybody of every ethnic background. Now, I want to make sure everybody's understanding this because this is how this is going to work. This is how racism starts, so we're going to see if this is how racism ends. To be clear, because if you watched my last video, you'll know how we got here because I said it in like the first 2 minutes. As a mixed person, I have walked in 3 worlds, knowing that I'm never going to be white, knowing that I'm not good enough in the black community to be black, and knowing that I am unpure in the native community. Those are the experiences that I've had. I had 2 bad native experiences in my entire life so far. Now, on TikTok, it hasn't been that bad because of mixed natives, light-skinned natives, dark-skinned natives, a lot of infighting. But we've managed to clear some of that shit up. Alright? However, my last video I talked about these 2 white ladies who did some racially motivated shit towards natives. So this is where we are here. If I get my ass kicked by a bunch of Chinese people, generally they'll be men, and they're beating my ass because they're better at kung fu than me, I cannot place all of that hate for the ass whooping that I got for them on everybody who's Asian or Chinese. Because then that makes me a piece of filth. Because not all the people who are Asian or Chinese did that shit. Just those individuals. So I can be mad at those individuals. Yes, they are Chinese. But that does not give me the right to hate every Chinese or Asian person because I got jumped by some Chinese cats. No, I cannot get angry at all of China, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Indonesia, Laos, Vietnam, North and South, Mongolia, Tibet. I can get mad at all of those Asian people because I'm angry that like 4 or 5 Chinese guys decided we don't like Echo Fang Great Wolf or his kung fu, so we're just gonna jump this fucker and beat his ass. So let's say that happens. Now, best believe I will be out for revenge. Just believe that I will be out for revenge. But I can't look at every Asian person and hate them because I got my ass kicked. It's not how you're supposed to be. But that is how racism starts. One bad experience with someone from another race springs you into action on how much you hate everybody from that race without giving them the possibility of a chance. To anybody Chinese, I'm sorry, I just used you as an example. So now we can talk from my point of view because most of my racist incidents happen from black people, and I'm part black. But I have never been good enough for the black community in many fucking cases. And this generally happens with a lot of light-skinned people who are black. And if you're not mixed like directly, then you're going to be mixed like me, which is generationally. So here's how it works. My mom, her mom's native and black, or she's all native. She was adopted, so we don't know. But my mom's dad was definitely mixed. He was black and white. He looked more white, which is why my mom looks more white. And boom! Here's my family. We all have yellow skin on that side of the family. My dad, his grandmother, full native, Charles City. So that's why I'm not sure if I'm Cherokee or Chickahominy because I couldn't find anything about Cherokees in Virginia outside of Google and the Trail of Tears. But as far as Charles City, it says Chickahominy. So I'm fucked up all over again. But I'm okay with being Chickahominy if that's what I am. I can accept that shit. Now, if that was his mother's side, his dad's side was all black, which is why my dad and all of my aunts are darker skinned. Alright? But every child that they had in my generation were all lighter skinned. Now, most of the men in the family, my dad and my Uncle Bruce specifically, married lighter skinned women. Alright? And I found out that this is kind of a genetic thing, and it's probably a genetic thing on both sides of my family, which is why I'm attracted to lighter skinned women. Now, I did try to be black in grade school. I only dated black chicks. I only wanted to date black chicks. And the more that I tried to date black girls, the more those same black girls would tell me, "You're not really one of us. You're a zebra. You're not, anything and everything that they could do." I don't know why Bambi's on the ID channel, but anyway, anything that they can do. Yeah, y'all think I'm kidding. Worst scene ever. So whatever's going on the ID channel, just so that you guys didn't think I was full of shit, you know, we're just gonna leave that there. We're not gonna go back to the Bambi thing. Mama didn't make it. Sorry if you've never seen Bambi. Anyway, I cannot be mad at all black people for the shit that other black people would be through. Now, I will say most of my worst racist shit has come from black people. Period. Not gonna deny that shit. But I can't blame every black person for that little bit of shit that black people have done. And I still have certain issues with some black people. And it's not all black people, it's just the black people who don't understand that being mixed wasn't really a choice. It's just, this is where the good Lord put me, and I have to accept it because people like me, which now Mr. Clarence Thomas is trying to make sure that we don't exist anymore and we are abominations, but we were made to be peacekeepers. All right? Uh, Most people know that if a white woman carried a native baby, it was more or less to protect the white tribe from the native tribe, because if a royal native had relations with a white lady, the tribal people aren't going to attack because they have one of their own within that community and they're not going to kill their own. That's kind of how we came into existence. And for y'all who don't know about that, go ahead and fact check it. Okay? Go ahead and fact check. A lot of tribes made it or assimilated into the white tribes to keep peace. All right? And I sadly found out that a lot of Cherokee, oh God, y'all gonna hate me for this. A lot of Cherokee made it as bargaining chips. I'm sorry, I found that shit out. It fucked me up. So if I'm part Cherokee, my Cherokee fire just like overreached on that one. But I did reading on it and it's like, what the fuck? I said, so I was meant to be like families that are Cherokee were like bargaining chips, and they fuck like rabbits. So hey, it is what it is. But I can't get mad at all black people for treating me, calling me a half breed, calling me a zebra, telling me I'm not good enough. No, I can't get mad, but I can adapt and I can move on, which is what I've done. And then on the flip side of that, when I wouldn't date black girls, because I don't date black girls now, I'm highly attracted to Asian women. I dated an Asian girl, and I would love to marry an Asian woman, specifically the wrestler, the super sexy and flawlessly, dangerously beautiful Zeta Zhang. I'm going to marry her or die trying. You know, other than that, you know, I love Asian women. I've always been attracted to Asian women. My very first crush was a woman or a little girl who I still don't believe existed when I was a little girl. When I was in kindergarten, there was a girl in kindergarten. Her name was Jillian. All right? Jillian was part Eskimo, but she looked like she was Chinese. All right? And she was part white. And she was one of the first people to expose me to martial arts. Now, here's the thing, and I said this before in another video. I don't know if she was ever real. I don't. I don't know if she was ever real. I don't remember her last name, but I did look at my kindergarten picture. She's not there. There are some white girls there. She ain't there. So I'm either sliding through universes or I'm a victim of the Mandela effect, which would probably be the next video. Because I did tell y'all I would do a Mandela effect video. I just don't remember when. Now, getting that out of the way, let's go to my native experiences. That was bad. I had two in the same day because I was filming for the wheelchair basketball team of our city. And there was a very hot young Native American girl. And I was talking with her, or at least trying to talk with her. And I probably could have married her. I probably could have been the best husband she would have ever had. The problem was I wasn't pure blood. And let me give a shout out to Court, who kind of told those guys to leave me the fuck alone. course, he could have came in a little bit sooner. Then maybe I would have got to date the girl, or at least he could have explained to me politely versus how they explained it to me. So I'm talking to her, and the youngest uncle rolls up in the wheelchair. Hey, you're not pure blood. Stay away from our niece. And he shunned her off, and she left. That was her uncle. I get it. You know, so she left, and I know she was like maybe 18 to 20, somewhere in there, and I was like 23. So we were old enough to date each other, but these two native uncles of hers did not want me anywhere near her. Now, mind you, our skin tone is exactly the same, but because I'm mixed, they're just a little bit lighter than me. They're like actually my true color versus my brown. So I told him, not politely, that if he didn't get out my face, I was gonna roll him down that hill. Now we were at the Jefferson School because we're about to have the dinner. All the tournaments over. Everybody, all the traffic, all the trophies and shit have been given out. So everybody has their trophy, and that's like the only moment I caught her by herself because she was normally either with her uncles or with the team, trying to talk to her, trying to get her name, trying to get her address. Because I really was interested in this girl, like really interested in this girl, and she might have been interested in me, but I'll never find out because her uncle stopped her midway through the conversation. So she went her way, and he rolled past me and went his way right behind her. About that time, Big Brother shows up. Not the daddy, but Big Brother. So he was Cindy Brady, and the middle kid came next, and he was Jan Brady. He just had to add the icing on the cake. Hey, you're on pure blood. We don't want your on pure blood messing with my brother's daughter. And I was like, okay, your brother that just left, that was his daughter? He's like, no, that's our oldest brother's daughter. And he's the high chief of our tribe. We don't want her messing with nobody like you. Because you are not pure native. You're mixed native. And we don't want that shit in our tribe. My Cherokee fire became an inferno. Just putting that out there. Because until I'm proven not to be Cherokee, it's always going to be my Cherokee fire. And I looked at this dude, and we're close enough to the hill that my brain did not catch my mouth as I fired off what I'm about to say. And I said, look here, motherfucker. If you keep on fucking with me, I'm going to roll your ass into oncoming traffic. Now, both of her brothers and her, they all played on the same wheelchair basketball team. I hope they're all happy. I hope they're all living a blessed life. I hope she's married with children. I hope that she found a pure-blooded native that will treat her like gold. Now, if not, then she can blame it on her uncles. Anyway, I looked them dead in the face and I said, I will push your ass into oncoming traffic. I know I'm mixed. You don't have to treat me like dog shit because I'm mixed. In case you didn't know, I didn't get a fucking choice in my birth, okay? That was not an option. Nobody gets that choice. I'm not blessed to be full-blooded native. You do not have to rub salt in that wound. You really don't. And so, he rolled on, and then Court came up to me and asked me what the hell was going on. I said, they don't like me because I'm not a real native. I'm mixed native, and they told me that I was not pure blood. I unfortunately might have ruined relationships with our tribe, wheelchair basketball team rather, and them because I threatened to push one down a hill, and I threatened to push Jan Brady into the street with oncoming traffic because there's no honor in me beating the fuck out of men who can't stand the fuck up. Now I don't know what their class was because you have paraplegic, quadriplegic, and then you have non-ability to move because you have to use the straw. And they're on the wheelchair basketball. I knew that they could stand up, but I didn't know how severely their injuries were because you have like you can be like class 1, 2, or 3, and one of them you can only be paraplegic, one of them you can be amputee, and one of them you can be able-bodied because able-bodied people can play wheelchair basketball. In case y'all didn't know, because believe me, they were trying to get me to play. I said, dude, I can't play basketball standing the fuck up. How the fuck am I gonna play basketball shooting on a wheelchair? So yeah, I wasn't gonna get in that shit. And then I was also hyper paranoid because Christopher Reed had just went through the shit he went through where he was able to walk until he got on a fucking horse. And then Everybody had all the bad Christopher Reeve jokes and shit. I was like, yo, that shit is not funny. A horse is fucking dangerous. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'm scared of horses. And I don't want to hear any native jokes in the comments, but you're part native. How are you scared of horses? Motherfucker, get bit by one. Yes, horses fucking bite, okay? Yeah, I wasn't taught how to feed the fucker properly, which is this way. My dumbass cousin told me to go feed Charlie. Yes, the horse was Charlie. Do not give me any Charlie horse jokes. Had an apple in his hand. These two fingers, my thumb and my middle finger, got bit by Charlie. And he lifted me up. I was 7 years old. I screamed like a fucking girl. It hurt like fuck. Every time I see a horse, look at a horse, talk about a horse, and for some reason it doesn't work on unicorns, but this middle finger and this thumb burns. Like literally feel like somebody took all my skin off, put gasoline on it, set the bitches on fire, and put the skin back on. That's how that shit feels when I look at a horse, talk about a horse, see a horse. Now, if I think about unicorns, shit doesn't happen. Which is kind of fucked up because at the heart of it all, a unicorn is just a fucking horse with a fucking horn on it. That might shoot lasers as he shoots out rainbows and like cupcakes or whatever. But if I get mad at every native for those two natives, I become just as racist as those racist motherfuckers. Alright? So we've covered the blacks incidents, we covered the native incidents, and we'll cover the white incidents. If I haven't covered it already, because I done forgot. Got on tangent with that fucking horse. Fuck you, Charlie. Wherever you are. You're probably glue somewhere by now, because this was like many years ago, because I'm 49. Anyway, so about white incidences. The worst one was when the girl called me the N-word, and I punched her in the mouth, because I didn't know I was native at the time. And Mr. Garrett didn't suspend me or expel me and sent me back to class after he coaxed the word out of my mouth. And shout out Mr. Brian in case you're watching. Went on my day. As I got older, it wasn't really that bad for me with white people. It was just that bad with me with black people. And George Jefferson and fucking not good times, the Jeffersons and the zebra jokes were all over my school. Hey, James, you're a zebra. You're a zebra. It's like, dude, I'm not a fucking zebra. You half black and half white, ain't you? Well, is the zebra a black horse with white stripes or a white horse with black stripes? I have more, but we're not going there. But if I get mad at all black and white people for that, then I'm just as bad as they are. You know? And generally, it was black people that came up with the zebras, because I don't even know if white people watched the Jeffersons. They might have watched All in the Family, but I don't think they watched the Jeffersons. Any fucking how. So, one white guy, when I worked at Kegler's, called me chief for 3 years. He didn't acknowledge that I was black. He just acknowledged that I was native. And the more I begged him to call me by my name, the more he called me chief. Out of spite, out of stupidity. Maybe he was just being evil. I don't fucking know. I know he was going through some shit because he only played sad country music. I Got Friends in Low Places, The Thunder Rose, The Tush Push, a couple of other ones. And the only song he played that I liked was Way Down Yonder on the Chattahoochee. Other than that, every song he played for those 3 years was on the list that I just named, and he played them back to back to back to back to back. I came to work at 4. I didn't get off till 11:30, and the only songs we could hear was Achy Breaky Heart, Chattahoochee, The Thunder Rose, and God damn it, what the hell was the other one? I just said it and it slipped my mind. God damn it. Anyway, they were really sad country songs, and every day he see me, what's up, Chief? How's it going, Chief? What are you doing, Chief? I like, dude, my damn name is not Chief. Could you please call me by my name? I filed complaints on this customer, and my boss, much love to you, Frank Stoner, would always tell me the same shit every time. Customer's always right. I'm sorry. Not when it's racist. Not when you keep asking this man politely, like every time he sees you, to stop calling you Chief. You know? But I guess you'd have to be part native to understand how much that fucking sucks. But yeah, you know, you can't blame an entire society of people because the actions of an asshole or a few assholes. Now, that asshole may be a bigot, which to me, there's no difference between being a bigot and being racist. And I am very racist to racist people because they're fucking racist. But I can't go around being racist to everybody because of certain members of their community decided they want to be douchebag full of dick tips. So let's think about that shit before we just decide, well, I hate all of these people because one of those people beat my ass. I hate all of these people because one of those people carjacked me. I hate all of these people because one of these people embezzled all my motherfucking money. Now, let me make sure you guys are clear. 9 times out of 10, the embezzlement is generally going to happen by a white person. The people that are going to beat your ass are generally people of color. All right? Somebody's going to carjacking you. It could be a white person or a person of color. So understand that crime, proximity versus crime, black on black, white on white, Asian on Asian, Asian on white, Asian on black, black on Asian, Asian on white, white on Asian, etc., etc. So understand how this shit works. You can't hate an entire race of people because a few of them are racist towards you. That doesn't mean all of them are racist towards you. There have been scenarios, and they should probably teach this to all of y'all young people, that if you need a blood transfusion and the only person whose blood matches you is a black person, you should be grateful that that motherfucker gave you one fucking pint of blood. Because if not, you were gonna die and you needed a blood transfusion right then and right there. And this person is clean, they don't have AIDS, they don't have any diseases, they are like the most blood that can be donated to somebody. Their fucking skin tone or race shouldn't matter if they're saving your fucking life. And that can go for somebody who's native who hates blacks, who's white who hates blacks, who's Asian who hates blacks. And vice versa for all the other shit. You can be black and hate Asian, but if that motherfucker needs to give you blood to save your ass, you better take that blood and take that gift from God and move on with your damn life. Yeah, so now you have a little bit Asian blood in you. Deal with that shit. You might learn something. Same thing with your native, same thing with your black, same thing if you're white. Yeah, somebody of a different color may have the blood type that you need to save your ass. Get over your racist high horse. Take that blood and shut the fuck up. Now, hopefully that cleared everything up. I am very sorry if I pissed everybody off. I hope I taught you something. I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2, B, C, and U.